the differences between will, be going to, present continuous. So we talked about the differences in detail, and we agreed that if you want to talk about something in the future and you make the decision at the moment of speaking, you need to use will. But if there has already been some kind of intention or plan, in this case, if you want to talk about the future, you need to use be going to. So it's not all the same when you want to talk about the future. And if you have some kind of arrangement, especially with someone else, so some kind of fixed timetable, a meeting, a schedule, whatever it is, then you might benefit from using the present continuous. It might be the best way to talk about the future that way. So this is what we talked about. This is what we kind of covered in our last lesson. We talked in detail about that. And we also talked about predictions. If you're making a prediction based on present evidence, something that you can see right now, then it makes much more sense to use be going to for your prediction. So let's say you go out and you look up at the sky and it's dark gray and you can already feel a few raindrops. So you can easily say it's going to rain, right? You don't have to say will. I mean, it's almost raining right now, and there's lots of evidence that it's going to rain. Maybe the news report, the weather report said it's going to rain, and you look up and it's dark gray. The sky is full of rainy clouds. So you don't need to say will for this prediction. You can just say it's going to rain. It's going to rain anytime now, for example, or it's going to rain in a few minutes. But if you're giving some kind of opinion, you don't really have any evidence, it's just, it's a feeling, it's an opinion, then maybe will is a lot better in this situation. So you can say, I think the world population will increase dramatically. Of course, there is actually present evidence that this is going to happen, but still it's not, it's not solid evidence. It's solid, but I don't know if you get my point. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
So for personal opinions, will is a little better. But for something which, there's clear evidence, then you can even use going to for a prediction. So we talked about this in detail. We did a few exercises. And I think the last thing we covered was this exercise. And I believe actually Sana and Manag did a great job. They only had one mistake, I think, in the whole thing. They actually did all of it correctly. So, and it was a really nice revision because it sort of collected all the different ways of using will, going to, and present continues to talk about the future. So I think this lesson is one of the interesting ones and one of the very useful ones, I think, maybe in everyday language. So this was what we talked about last time. I think we could skip this. Not really very interesting. Okay, let's skip this one. It's an extra exercise anyways. All right, let's talk a little bit about today's topic. Actually, today's talk is also one of the, I like to call these lessons kind of the core lessons of this, of pre-intermediate, all right? These are kind of core lessons of intermediate, sorry. And I think any student who is at this level needs to kind of master these core skills, not skills, core topics. If we're talking about grammar, I think one of them should be the future. At this level of intermediate, the student should be really, should be a master in the present and in the future tenses and in the past. These regular tenses, students at this level, you shouldn't have any kind of problem to separate when to use the past simple, when to use the present perfect, when to use the present simple, when to use the continuous, when to use will, when to use going to, when to use, these things should be, at this level, you should have some kind of mastery over these topics. The same thing later on in part B of the course, because we're still at the end of intermediate A, but by the time we reach intermediate B in the later units, you'll also bump into the conditionals, type 1, type 2, and type 3. And you need to by the time you finish pre-intermediate and reach upper intermediate, these things should be, you should master them. This is my point. So this topic 2 of today's lesson is one of the, I think, in my opinion, one of the core lessons of this level of intermediate. And this topic is verb patterns. And actually, if I don't know if you remember from elementary B or pre-intermediate, actually from elementary B, they've already started just, you know, giving you tiny or very simplistic exercises regarding verb patterns. When they tell you, I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you remember that when you have the verb like, you can always use a to plus infinitive after it or an ing. So you can say, I like to watch TV or I like watching TV, right? So you can do it either way and it's correct either way you do it. But I'm sure you've already noticed that with some verbs, you can't do that. If you have a verb like will or should or shall or would or can or even can, let's just talk about, you know, plain old can. With can, you can't use anything after it unless it's infinitive, right? I can swim, I can stay, he can go, they can play. There is no other way to use can except in this way. So this is an example of a verb pattern where you're very limited because can, the first verb or V1, it determines the pattern of the second verb. This is the idea. This is the topic of verb patterns. An easy way to think of it is think of two cars. Think of not cars, think of lorries. Do you know lorries? Especially the ones with the two-part lorries or the trailer trucks, as they call them in American English. So you have this sort of car and this carriage, right? And imagine it like this. So this is the first car or carriage. This is the second one. And remember, they're connected. And this is the main one. So it's a bit like this. So let's imagine this is the main car, right? So this one is pulling the one behind it, if you think of it. And they're going in this direction, right? So this is actually verb 1, V1, and this is V2. This is your second verb. So actually the first verb, it determines or it dictates the pattern of the second verb. Do you get the idea? So if your first verb is can, if your V1 is can, your V2 will have to be an infinitive. There's no other way around it. It's just the way it is. This is an example of a common verb pattern. Today, we're going to talk in detail about different patterns, different verb patterns. And also, I need to remind you that verb patterns, it's not something related to tenses. Do you get the idea? So verb patterns, this isn't about present or future or past. Present, future, and past, it can be true with any verb pattern. So for example, with can, you can say, I can play, or when I was a child, I could run. It's the same. Do you get the idea? It's still infinitive in the past or in the present. It doesn't change. The same thing would start here. So you can say, I start running at 8 o'clock. But yesterday I started running at 5 o'clock. And next week I'm going to start running at 4 o'clock. It's still the same, start plus verb plus ing. Do you get the idea? It doesn't change with tense. This is a fixed pattern. That's why they call them patterns. Anyways, this is just, I know it's a very long introduction, but I just want to kind of drill the idea that verb patterns is one of the important lessons or one of the things that at this level you should be fully aware of. So we'll come back later to this. But first of all, we have a bit of reading to do and some birthdays to talk about. So this is a fun topic. So we're going to talk about birthdays first. So we have a bit of listening and a bit of speaking to do. Now, how do people in Libya, how do people in our country, how do we generally celebrate birthdays here in Libya? what do we do?
Buy a cake.
Okay.
Maybe invite the relatives.
Okay.
Or some friends. Just that. Not the big birthdays we do. We didn't have a. Maybe in these days, some people do big birthdays, celebrate their birthdays in a big party. But in general, it's a small party. It's not party. Maybe it's just birthday cake and with your friends or family.
Okay, so you're trying to say it's not a very formal event. It's just a little celebration, cake, relatives, friends. That's it.
Yeah, to comparing to other countries, maybe for 16th birthday or 80 or 20, they do big birthday party and invite people. But here, no.
Okay.
Some of families do that, but not.
But most don't.
Others.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our religion, I don't know.
Okay. Different traditions, different culture.
Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, let's check Sana here. When's your birthday, Sana? Which day of the month is it? And do you think there are advantages and disadvantages having a birthday at the time of the month or the day of the month that you have your birthday? So first of all, when's your birthday? Which month do you have your birthday?
22 and 22nd and February.
Really? 22nd of February?
Oh,
yes.
So we're buying a cake.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I don't celebrate at all.
You don't? Why not?
No.
But we wish you luck.
Yeah, even if you don't celebrate, you can just send the cake. You don't need to eat it. You don't need to celebrate. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse to not send.
Maybe before I be happy when the day of the birthday coming, but now no, because I think it's remember me.
You could think old.
Because each birthday it's closer to the end. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes,
it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah, like
yeah, this is the Libyan way of thinking about it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I get your point. Actually, you make a lot of sense, and actually, not just here. A lot of people, even abroad, even in places where, just like Haj was saying, in places where birthday celebrations are a big thing. Many people, they have the same feeling as you do. They're not really happy about it. There isn't much to celebrate about the passing of each year, right? So many people, I think it's a common feeling. It's not too strange what you're saying. Yeah. But go ahead.
I think nowadays it's starts to be common here in the culture here in Libya.
True. Yeah.
Because I joined some Facebook. In the Facebook, I joined some I don't know, some
groups.
Group, yeah, some groups, and I saw a lot of picture for the birthday in her daughter and her child kids, and I think it's they started to do like a big party, and
Yeah,
Before,
you're right.
no, before. There is no before, not common before.
Yeah,
But now, yes.
I completely agree. When I was a kid, you know, nobody celebrated birthdays. No young people, no old people. All my cousins and almost everybody I know my age, we never even celebrated birthdays. But now when I see my generation who have children, who are fathers and mothers now, their kids usually they have birthdays, but most of them, even though they have big birthdays, most of the birthdays are like a family occasion, more than a birthday. Of course, the kids have a cake, and they play, and there are toys, but the aunts are invited, the grandmother or grandfather. Usually, they do it in a grandmother's house, grandfather's house. And even the older people seem to be kind of okay with it. They don't really mind anymore because يشوف لمة وخلاص لمة عيلة, it's just an opportunity to eat some cake. So they see it kind of as a family gathering, not a real birthday. So it's becoming kind of part of the culture of the newer generation. So maybe after another generation, it will become common. Do you think that might happen? In 100 years, it'll be a normal thing where everybody celebrates it, maybe.
Yes, I think yes.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, now a little bit about your birthday. You mentioned this, the 22nd of February. Do you think this specific date has any advantages or disadvantages of having a birthday at this time of the year, on the 22nd of February? Do you think, does it have any significance or anything? Or do you think it's just a day of the year?
No, for me, just a day. No, anything special for this day.
Okay, interesting.
But I think it's, I know a lot, not a lot, I know some friends, they do the hair wedding in the same birthday.
But why do you think people do that?
Because I think it's 2 in 1.
2 in 1? To save money?
Not celebrate for birthday and wedding. Only one day.
Yeah, I think it's good to save money. This way, there's only one celebration.
It's good for men.
It's good for men because this way they won't forget their anniversary or their wife's anniversary or their or her birthday. Because even if they forget the birthday, they'll remember the anniversary. And if they forget the anniversary, they'll remember the birthday. Oh, it's on the same day. Perfect. So they won't forget it. I think it's a good thing. I like it.
I know some friends do like this.
I think it's a very good idea. I like it too.
For save money, yes.
Yeah, it's also good for saving money.
No.
Maybe for celebration.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Hajar, what about your last birthday? Do you remember where you were on your last birthday? Do you remember what you did?
Yes. Yeah, it was in my brother's house. Celebrated with my family. My sister do the cake. And yeah, we have some fun because of Corona, and it was maybe Eid. Yeah.
Okay.
My birthday in August, 7th of August. So it was a hot day.
The 7th of August?
Electricity.
7th?
Yes.
7th of August. Okay, what about you? The 7th of August. Do you think this day, are there any advantages of having a birthday in August? Because as you know, August is a month where most students don't study and most people have holidays.
Yeah.
Do you think is there any advantages?
Yes.
Yeah? What do you think?
For other countries, for other people, yes. But here in Libya, the last maybe five birthday, there's a blackout in my birthday because
there's always no electricity in August.
Yeah.
Maybe the
And
weather
it's
is very hot.
so
Also the weather,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's worse.
So this is
I hope
this is
so. It will be good.
this is a bit of a disadvantage. So there isn't any advantage really of having.
Yeah.
Mm,
Maybe if I had it in another country, maybe it will be
yeah,
good.
it will be fun, yeah, because you can have it on holiday.
Yes.
You can have it, you know, in another country, on the beach, in a hotel, in a resort, because it will be, you know, tourism
Yeah.
season and traveling season. So maybe.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can see the theme of the lesson. It's mainly about birthdays, and we're actually going to talk in some detail about birthdays around the world. But before we do that, we have a few words that we should just quickly check. So we have a candle, shine, seaweed, blindfold, a donkey, and a stick. All right, I think these words are clear. I'm not sure maybe the two middle ones. Seaweed, do you know what seaweed is?
Yes. Plant
Yeah.
for the sea.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Plant for the sea.
Yeah, it's a kind of plant that
Green. Yeah.
grows in the sea, but it's used
Yes.
a lot in food, by the way. They use it. Many products
Yeah.
are
For
made from it.
sushi,
Sushi, yeah, one of the things. They make, you know, the wrapping paper, the green wrapping paper, it's made of seaweed.
Mm.
It's actually quite nice. It has a strange feeling and taste, but it's nice. Okay,
You
blind.
try the sushi.
Yes, I've eaten quite a lot of sushi. When I lived in Brazil, I lived in a Japanese neighborhood, and I ate sushi almost every day. So it's nice because they have a big Japanese population. The word is diaspora, the official word. Let me just write it. Diaspora زي بمعنى جالية أو جالية. Actually, it's the biggest Japanese population outside of Japan. It lives in Brazil.
Okay.
So there are many Brazilians who look Asian because they come from a Japanese background. And they still have their Japanese last name. I met a Brazilian guy. His name is Claudio Ocano. His first name is Brazilian, but his last name is Japanese. And then we have another word, blindfold. We have this word, blindfold.
Yes.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah.
To blindfold someone?
Yes, to close eyes for someone.
Yeah, to close someone's eyes. Okay. And of course, this word, everybody sees some of these when we go out to work and when we drive. There are always some of these driving. You have to meet some of these. There's always some of them. Even on a good day, you'll meet a few. So it's a kind of normal thing now to see them on the street. Anyway, so okay, so no problem with the new words. Everybody knows them. All right, so now I'm going to show you the photos first. So we have 5 photos, A to E, all right? And let me show you. This is the first photo, photo A. Can you see photo A?
Yes.
Do you see what the kids are doing? What are they doing?
Yes.
They are playing.
They're playing. And okay, we'll come back to it.
Okay, like toys here, like donkey.
Yeah, but is it a real donkey?
No, like toys.
Like a toy donkey. It's some kind of toy donkey. Okay. Now in photo B, picture B, what do you see in picture B?
Cards.
Cards. Okay. And photo C, what's going on? What can you see here?
It's a gift or card gift.
Who's giving it to who? Do you think the girl is giving it to
the child gave it to
the child is giving it to the lady, or do you think it's the other way around?
No, the child given to the lady, I think.
Okay, okay. All right, so these are the first three. Let me show you the last two. What's going on here?
Friends celebrating the birthday party. It's birthday
Right.
has their friends.
And what is the birthday girl doing?
I don't know.
What are
Some candles.
Candles. And what is she doing with the candles? Is she eating them?
No.
Mm.
I don't know it. Lord.
What's the verb when someone pushes air out of their mouth? What do we call this verb?
No, I don't know.
So she's actually blowing the candles, right?
Blowing,
Yeah.
Blowing.
So she's blowing the candles. So the action of forcing air from your mouth, like this is blowing. So you're blowing air or blowing the candles. And the last picture here, what do you see? What in picture E? What's this?
It's
like keys for the music.
Yeah, it's actually, it looks like the sheet, the music sheet of Happy Birthday, the song. Happy birthday to you. So this is it. I think the song itself, right? All right. So my question for you is, what do you know about these traditions? Let's start with the common ones, with the easy ones. I think you're all familiar with birthday cards, right? So it's probably, is it part of our culture? Do we send birthday cards? Do we use them? Or do you think it's not a very big part?
Maybe some people like to write some emotional things. I do actually.
Do you like to write it to your friends or to yourself?
Yeah, even if I bad in writing, but it's a good. It's when you read it after 2 or 3 years, you feel happy, even if you are in a sad moment or.
Good
but
point.
It brings you a good memories. So I love cards.
Nice, good view.
Sometimes I didn't buy it a gift, but I write something. Just explain my feeling.
Right, but do you think it's a big part of how we celebrate birthdays in Libya? Do you think many people send cards? Do you think many people do what you do, or do you think it's not a very common thing?
Actually, no.
No, not very common.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, hi, Ihab. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
No, it's not very common, yeah. Yes.
But I think that teenager may be common. Before I remember
maybe in the past, yeah.
Yeah, in the
We're
past,
right.
yes.
In high school and even in elementary school, they write something.
Yes, even me. I have some cards from my friends.
Yeah, because usually kids, they like to write to each other.
Not kids in the secondary school. I think it's not kids.
You mean ask about happy birthday Libya?
Yeah, I'm asking about birthdays, but I agree actually with Sana, and because girls like to write, they do this a lot, even in high school, but even before. Actually, they start doing it from, I think, from elementary school, from primary school, they do it, and preparatory.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
It's part of girl culture. Boys do it too, but I think by the time they get to high school, they're too embarrassed, so they don't do it anymore. They think it's too girly. They stop it. But when they're younger, they also do it. So it's also. What do you think, Ihab, about writing birthday cards and writing happy birthday to friends? What do you think of this?
I think this is stranger about just maybe a girl about celebrate with girl, يعني. But but man to man, I think I don't see anyone give card or like that or celebrate.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think men don't do it very much. With girls, and especially when they're younger, in school, high school.
Not younger. No, not younger. Oh,
Even old girls, even
yes, even wife or
they
friend's
write
wife.
cards.
Yeah,
Yes.
Is it part of our culture?
I think no, it's emotional thing. So that's why the men didn't
Don't do
write
it.
something.
Not-
But
not-
for girls, for women's, yeah, it means a lot to her,
Mm.
especially
especially-
for someone
no-
who is special to her.
Not especially celebrate, just maybe meeting. You can maybe this
Yeah.
get friends don't see 1 year or 2 years. Just I think not celebrate, just meeting, because I see my sister. This the most my sister my sister don't meet any more because she is married and different this life between another friend, يعني life different. كيف نوصلها له؟
You mean her life has changed?
Yeah, changed. My sister changed because when she's single, like go to her friend or like
friend's
that.
house.
But yes, but when married, different, change different. So I remember just visit some friend, like not celebrate, maybe meeting, just meeting, celebrate meeting, not birthday.
Yeah, I get your point. So for the birthday itself, there isn't any writing or anything. Okay, there's another birthday. Sana?
But I think nowadays a lot of people do like a small card in the present, especially in the wedding, because they know this is from that
person.
woman or
Yeah, but I think the
it's
point.
even small card.
I know those. Yeah, but I think those they have a different function, because in weddings when people give presents, I think they give presents because they're kind of forced to. So they're forced to give presents. So what they do when they give a present, they write their name. So the meaning of the present, actually what's written in the card is, they say happy birthday, they say congratulations, what do we say in Arabic? زواجا مباركا, I don't know. هنيئا مباركا بالذرية صالحة إن شاء الله من حفظ القرآن, blah blah blah. That there's the same thing they say. But the translation, the real translation of that is, I brought you a toaster, so you better bring me a toaster next time, or something better. It's just a reminder to the people, to the bride and groom, that I brought you an expensive gift, and you have to give it back. But if you don't give back an expensive gift, or at least the same value, then there will be a problem, and the gossip will start. شفتها كيف حتى شو اسمه, they start this thing. So maybe, but it's a very good point what you said. We do this, and it just reminded me, because I was thinking of my aunts and the women in my family. They do this a lot, and they start gossiping. She's so cheap. Oh, she's so tight. She didn't bring me anything, and I gave her money in the envelope. And they give money in the envelope, like the mafia. They put money. So we do have a present giving culture, but maybe not on birthdays. Maybe in weddings we like to give presents more, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, good, very good thing you reminded me of that. All right, but I think for us, if we want to talk about birthday traditions in Libya, maybe the cake, and this is my opinion, I don't know, maybe you have a different opinion, or maybe you have other ideas. I think the cake is more common than the card. in birthdays here in Libya. What do you think, Sana and Ihab? What's your opinion?
Yeah. Because nowadays, if you see the group in the face and see a lot of courses for the how to make the cake, and a lot of women start to try how to do this cake. And if you see, this is my birthday. This is
My son's birthday, my
my
daughter's.
birthday, and this is what I do. This is the cake from my hand, and like this.
Yeah, and everybody's taking photos of their birthday. Your birthday cake. You're right. Yeah. So the cake is becoming the central part of birthday culture here in Libya, because even the big stores which sell sweets and cakes, birthday cakes are a big part of their business. I think, you know, places like Sahel or Al-Alam or Mozart, right? Cakes play a big part in this.
I think this Sahel, not.
It doesn't focus too much. Doesn't focus too much on cakes.
Yes, especially for birthday, they don't do like this cake. I know.
Did you ask about it? Yeah.
No, not ask it. But I know some
people who work there, maybe.
Yes.
And they told you
for
that
the wedding, for the something else, but for the birthday, no.
Is it because of religious reasons?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. But I think other places like Mozart and but okay. Here's a question. Now, why is it okay? Why is it okay to have a cake for a wedding but not for a birthday? I mean, if you want to think of it from a religious point of view, both are the same, right? Okay, whether it's a wedding, whether it's
no,
no, not the same for the wedding.
No, it's okay for a wedding because we are celebrating the wedding party, and it's okay for our religion. It's very important for us.
But I mean, the cake itself, how is it okay in religion, the cake? I mean, cake in wedding. Where is it?
In the wedding, there is a party, and why not? There is no cake sweet for these people they invite or something.
But if you think of it, the cake is, you know, it's a foreign importation, right? It's not something from our culture, wedding cakes.
For my point of view, yes. I didn't like the wedding cakes.
So I think let's ban wedding cakes too.
But the women's why they do the wedding cake because to cut it with their husbands, just for that.
I think they should do some kind of you know, maybe a more traditional version. They can do, you know, magrod, but a giant magroda, you know, it's very big.
Yeah.
And you can cut it in the same way. You don't have to do the European cake. Okay, just a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me put away the noisy cat. She woke up. Okay, just a second.
This is cat, huh?
Yes. He has a cat.
Choose. You started 6, yes? This course.
We started at about 20 past 6. We started a bit late.
Okay.
If you take the break for the break, it's better now, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Do you want? Let's take the prayer break.
Yeah, that's
So
better.
a quick maybe 10 minutes or something, and we'll be back. Okay. Let's pray and come back.
Okay, okay,
All right. So we'll see you in a bit.
inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, السلام عليكم.
Hello.
السلام عليكم.
Oh, alaikum salam.
How are
Hi.
you?
Okay,
I'm
I'm
sorry for
fine,
delay.
thanks.
Yes.
It's-
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
Okay. All right, so let's continue. So we were talking actually about birthdays, and we were talking about some of the customs which are more familiar in our country compared to others. And I think we kind of agree that birthdays are becoming more popular in Libya, especially with the newer generations. And maybe birthday cakes are also becoming kind of more popular. So now there are other traditions. I don't know if you know about this tradition in the photo. Who knows anything about this? About photo A? Does anybody have any information about this? No? Any guesses? No. What about this in photo C?
I think it's a game.
What kind of game? What is it called? And what's the point of the game?
I don't know what it's called, but the point is guessing who is the scare in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of the children did something to her.
Okay.
And guesses who, I think.
But why is she holding a
Or
stick?
maybe, but she holding a stick. Yeah.
Do you think she will use it to hit the other girls?
No. No. Maybe another game. Another game.
And what's this hanging? Do you think she will hit the toy donkey with the
Oh,
stick?
it's hanging. Yeah. It will hit this donkey, and maybe there's a gift inside it. Or maybe candies or something. They do this a lot.
But where
Sometimes
do they
balloons?
But where do they have this? Do we have this in Libya? Something like this?
No, I don't know.
No, in Libya, no.
But I saw it in films and
Okay, so you've seen it before in a movie, in a film.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about photo C here? What's going on? Is this a normal birthday card, or do you think there's something else here?
Normalcy, I think it maybe Mother's Day. So the card's it's more bigger, or maybe it's an invitation for something in her school.
Okay. But remember that all of it is about birthdays. The whole lesson is about birthdays, so it's something about birthdays. But my question
maybe
is,
she made the card. Maybe she made it.
Okay, so you think
the kids? The kids they have fun when they are made a card. All of kids they made a card and to their moms or someone who is loved.
Okay. It's a good guess. All right, now we want to find out exactly what and where do people celebrate in these different ways? Where do they celebrate birthdays like this? In this, using a cake, blowing off the candles, singing happy birthday, and also the piñata thing in photo A. So we'll read a little bit about it. But let me take you to the article. So read the article, and after you finish it, we just want to put the photos, A, B, C, D, E, the 5 photos, we want to put them in the same order that they're mentioned in the article, okay?
Okay.
So So let's start here from the title. Let's see if I can show you the whole thing together. Okay, I'm going to just zoom out, so it's going to get a little smaller. Okay, but now you can see the whole thing. This is the whole article. But let me just very quickly check, maybe there's another part. No, no other parts. This is all of it, okay? So this is the whole thing. But let me just read the title for you so we can scroll and leave it. Happy birthday to you. And then you'll start with here, Margaret Robson, okay? So when you're done, just let me know and we'll talk a little bit about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Teacher busy? Teacher's busy or what?
No. Can you see the book?
Dark.
It's dark?
Yes. Yes.
Just you? Only you? Can everyone else
I
see?
see. Yes, yes, I see this.
Can you see the book? You have?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Now yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did it disappear? The book?
Yes.
Strange.
Cat like children.
Yes. I think she left the room. Just give me a second. Let me put her back. Okay, has anyone finished?
It's okay.
You have
Yes.
finished? Oh, okay, everyone's finished. All right, so let's do the first question, which is organize the photos in the same order as the text, the same order they mentioned them. So what was the first photo they talked about? A, B, C, or let me just go to the other ones in the bottom. And we have D and E. So what was the first thing they talked about?
I think photo D.
So they,
D, the cake.
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That's actually correct. Yeah, the cake was the first thing they mentioned. So they mentioned the cake first. What was the second thing they mentioned?
They mentioned
birthday song, I think.
the song. Yes,
The song, the song.
yes.
The happy
Picture
birthday.
E.
E,
Yes.
correct. So we
Yes.
have D, then we have E. That's right. So D, then we have E. After that,
B, I think. About the card.
Yeah.
D.
birthday cards, birthday cards.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Then after that,
A.
A, the piñata, yeah.
Mhm.
So this is the tradition in Latin America, the
Mhm.
piñata. And the last one is
C.
C.
C, the Vietnamese in Vietnam.
Mm.
That's how they celebrate birthdays, right? Okay, let's answer a few questions about this article. Let's see how well you remember it. So in question number 2 here, 3, sorry, we want to answer these questions which are related to the article. We can always check the answers, but I want to see what you remember. So the first question, it says, why are birthday cakes round and why do we put candles on them?
Because
It's
they
like a moon.
look
Okay.
like a moon.
Okay, so they make them like the moon, correct?
yes.
To make it shiny as a moon.
Shiny, like
Yeah.
put a
They
candle
put
because like
candle.
shiny.
Yes,
shine.
this is what the candles do. The candles shine the cake. Okay, true. And what about number 2? How much does the company Time Warner earn from Happy Birthday to You every year?
5 million. 5 million.
Two-
uh,
2
then
million.
2
2
million per.
Two.
Yeah, I think
2 million per year.
Yes.
per year. Yeah.
But how does it make this money?
they print. They bought.
They bought. So they bought the song, right?
About
Yes.
the song. Yeah.
But how can they make money after buying the song? This is the question.
Maybe by. No.
It's a trick question.
Mm.
Use your imagination. How do you think a company can make money after it buys a song, especially when it's it's a kind of a silly song, Happy Birthday to You, I mean, and it bought it for $5 million. So it's not even a cheap song.
Yes.
What do you think?
By Time
That's how
Warner.
to use your brain. Maybe sometimes they do it as an advertisement
Okay.
for things. So the people who want to use this song, so they should buy it from the company, which is a company maker or something.
Okay. You're talking about the original purchase of Time Warner, how it purchased or how it bought the song from the original owner or the person who wrote the song.
No, No, also for how to get to millions per year.
Yeah, how?
Yeah, by using for, I don't know, maybe for advertisement.
You're getting close. For advertisements, you're right. Let's say I want to advertise some kind of birthday product, right? Let's say I open a new bakery and I make great birthday cakes, and I want to start some commercial, some advertisement, and this advertisement will include the happy birthday song, right?
Okay.
So how does the company make money from my advertisement? What do I have to do to be able to play this song?
Maybe
to
gift to
download it
the
or
famous song to, yes,
Give the song to someone famous to sing it or play it?
yeah,
Okay, this is probably true. I will need that for my advertisement. But even the famous person who's going to play it, it's illegal for him to play it.
yeah, it's a
Unless
I forget.
unless the person pays the company to get permission, unless he's authorized, unless it's allowed. So the company has to give you an okay for you to play their song, because they now own it. Do you get the idea? So if you want to play a happy birthday in your bedroom, that's fine. Play a happy birthday in your bedroom. It's okay. But you cannot make money out of it. You cannot start some kind of advertisement or a product or play it in a public performance, right? Where there are people who, so this is how they make money. You pay them for permission to use the song. And because
as well as if when they use it in films or movies or series.
Yes, money goes to the company. Money goes to Time Warner.
Yeah.
Anytime you hear the birthday song played, there's a company that's getting money.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting system.
That's why I told you how to use your brain.
Yes,
Why?
you have to. You see. All right. Now, number 3. What do people eat on their birthdays in China and Korea? Do they eat cakes too?
In China, yes, cake. Like a peach.
Like a peach?
The color. Yeah.
Okay. And in
But
Korea?
in Korea is
seaweed. Seaweed, yes.
Yeah, some kind of soup. Seaweed
Yes.
soup, right?
Seaweed, yes.
How do you think it tastes, seaweed soup, compared to a cake?
Awful.
Awful? Do you think it tastes awful? I would like to taste it.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think it will taste fishy, maybe like the sea.
Because you taste the sushi and you like it, so that's why you.
Yeah, maybe.
I think
I'm curious.
Will...
Maybe like it.
Yeah.
Or even if I don't like it, at least I would, it'll be okay. It wouldn't be too bad. But by the way, the first time I ate sushi, I didn't like it at all. It was horrible the first time. But the second time, I loved it. It's a strange food. In the beginning, you hate it. It feels weird because it's very different from our cuisine, from the way we eat. It's a very weird flavor.
Also,
nothing like our food.
I think the fish is not well done, yeah?
No, it's actually raw. The fish is raw. Yeah, but even the seaweed itself, it tastes a bit strange. I don't know how to describe it. It just tastes weird. It needs a little getting used to. So for the first time, it'll be a little weird. But then if you get used to this new taste, you will start enjoying it. You will like it. Because there's also, a sauce, garlic, onions, there's ginger, there's a green sauce called wasabi. It tastes like horseradish. Do you know horseradish? Do you know what horseradish is?
Spicy.
Yeah, very spicy, exactly. Horseradish اللي هو شو اسمه مش زلفجل زلفجل مش فجل لفت أما هو اللي حاركي فجل ولا؟ لفجل يس هذا الوسابي من نفس عائلة الفجل لكن ما زال حار أكتر. It's very very spicy and the taste it's not like pepper. It's not like chili pepper, the spiciness. It's the same spiciness as radish. نفس حرورية الجل. So it goes up to your head. It doesn't stay in your tongue. So it's very weird. It's very strange when you eat it. You feel like your mind is being shocked. So it's fun. This هذا طبعا sauce إضافي. You don't have to use it. But it's nice with the sushi.
That's why maybe you don't taste very well the spicy one. It's covered all the taste.
Yeah, because my brain is damaged from I can't taste well anymore. Okay, so yes, you're right. People in China eat some kind of small cake, and Koreans they have this seaweed soup. All right, now, why did people send birthday cards 100 years ago? How did the tradition start, if you remember from the article? What did it say? The tradition
because I think they forget the birthday or...
Yes, when they didn't come to person's birthday, they send card.
Yeah. So the
present and card.
So the card started kind of like an excuse, like a sorry, I couldn't come, and then it grew from there, right? It became a tradition, but that's how it started. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it says here, what does a piñata look like, and how do you get all the sweets out of it?
Like it looks like a donkey.
It looks like a donkey, okay.
Yeah.
And how do you get the sweets out of it?
Hit by the stick,
Correct.
until the break the
Sweets.
the donkey.
That's it.
Yes, and
Yeah, so you keep hitting it until it breaks open, and then all the sweets fall out of the toy donkey. That's the point. Yeah. All right, then we have the last, excuse me, the last one they talked about, the red card, that this weird tradition they have in Vietnam. What is it? What happens on Tet? They call it Tet. What happens?
It happens
first morning of
gives to the
lucky,
children the red envelope.
yes,
Correct.
containing lucky money
That's it.
to help them. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a red envelope and it has money and it's supposed to help them in their new year. But do they have birthdays, or everybody, I mean, is there something different here?
No, they didn't have birthdays.
Yeah, that's the strange thing, right? So there are no birthdays. Well, everybody celebrates on the same day, right?
Yes.
Do you think this is fair, or do you think it's unfair? Or what do you think of this?
No, it's unfair.
Why
It's
not? Why do you
unfair.
think it's unfair?
Because the day you want to celebrate your birthday, it means to you. It's special to you and your family. But if you are not allowed, it's not becoming as special as your original one.
But we're not allowed to celebrate here too, right? So isn't it the same? At least there they have a day. We don't have a day.
Yeah, we're not allowed at all.
Just no cake.
Yeah, for it's about religion, but for them it's
Do you think maybe it's also some kind of religion, some kind of
traditional or something? Yeah, I know the Vietnams are and these areas they believe a lot in strange things. So I know they have something for birthday. Maybe that's why.
Okay, so maybe it's because of their culture or their beliefs. That's why they prefer to have it on the same day. Okay.
Yes.
And
I mean, in our religion, we don't have a day we should celebrate it together.
True, we don't, yeah.
For birthdays.
But do you think a lot of things from our culture and our traditions will feel strange for someone from Vietnam, or do you think they're not strange for someone from Vietnam? I mean, how do you think someone from Vietnam would feel about our traditions and our culture and our customs?
Yeah, every culture, it's strange for another one who
is from a different culture.
Especially, from a different culture. Maybe for it's or in North Africa, it's somehow related, so it's not a big difference in cultures.
You mean the countries in North Africa?
But for example, when you talk about our traditional to someone from Tunisia or Morocco, it's more similar to them. So it's not that strange as when we talk with someone from Vietnam, for example.
Yeah,
there's a lot of.
Okay, but from all these traditions, Hajar, which one do you think is the strangest, or the most interesting, or the surprising from all these birthday traditions around the world? What do you think is the most surprising one for you?
About the topic?
Yeah, about all these birthday traditions that we were reading about. Which one was the most surprising for you?
The first one. It's
the story of the cake.
Original for it's interesting, and this is my first time I know that. And it's the Greek civilization. Yeah. It's always surprising us.
Yes, true. It is surprising. Okay. And Sana, what about you? Which part of, or which tradition from all these traditions was the most surprising for you?
I think that for me, the picture A.
A?
The donkey and the
sweets.
Donkey and the sweet. Yeah. I think if someone here in Libya do like this, they will comment.
Do you think people will like it if we do it?
Yes, I think it's they will be like it. I think there is like this, maybe like balloon and put it the sweet, and after the complete the party, and
hit the
balloon and yes, there is like.
Do we do that here?
No, not me. I saw
not you. I mean here in Libya. Do we do? Yeah.
Yeah. There. Yeah. I thought now I remember some like this.
I think we should have something similar, but maybe the birthday person, the person who has the birthday, maybe they should put the sweets in his mouth or her mouth, and then they can blindfold the person, and everybody can hit this person with sticks until the sweets come out. I think this is fun. It will be fun. And
it will be not birthday, maybe.
It will be a crime scene, a funeral.
maybe he will go to the hospital.
maybe the friends will like it so much they won't stop even after the sweets come out. They'll keep hitting.
That's men's birthday. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. I'm imagining.
Yeah, I know. When I was in the university, I saw lots of when the men graduate and his friends hit him. Yes, I know lots of
Yes.
And put
like
the oil on his clothes.
Oil and paint and
yeah,
eggs. Men are so
yeah,
violent, but this is
and
how we.
even
This
eggs.
is this is how we express our love to our friends.
Mm,
We're violent, and
yeah.
violence is an expression of love. Just like when women write letters, we do the same thing, just a bit different, I think. Okay. So I agree with you. It's a bit strange, this whole donkey. And why is it a donkey? Why is it not a sheep, or a chicken,
Yes, and
or a
horse
cow,
or
or a
horse.
horse? Why is it a donkey?
Horse better, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. There must be some kind of story behind it, that
Yeah.
the reason it's a donkey and not any other animal. I don't know it, to be
Because
honest.
it's it's not a South America. Yeah, they are strange though. They
Yes,
do.
there are some things which are maybe very different from our culture. So, but there's
Also, they are like Vietnams. They believe a lot in uh, spirals,
spirits.
spirits. Yeah. So maybe I don't know, but maybe they mean it. The donkey mean it to them.
Maybe
So.
to fun and love about this picture.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of
Maybe.
fun, but I'm wondering why is the animal a donkey, not any other animal? That's my question. I don't know why it started as a donkey. I don't know. Anyways, but it is a bit different or strange. What do you think, Malak, for you, from all these traditions? Which one was the most interesting for you from all the birthday stories and birthday traditions?
I think in Latin America about Bianta is a container.
Yeah, you mean picture
with
A,
the
the
shape of
piñata.
donkey, yes.
You also think this is surprising or interesting?
Yes, and strange maybe.
And strange too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So these are just some interesting, I think, traditions from around the world which are related to birthdays. So now let's talk a little bit about vocab. Let's talk about vocabulary, but maybe we need to show you both pages together. This way we can also see the article and use it to answer our questions. So I know it's a little small, but okay, I'll zoom in a little more. Okay, is it still small, the writing? Or is it okay? Because we will need to move later, so I want all of it to. Okay, let me try something, and it's going to be a little too small, but tell me if it works okay with the zoom. It's too small, I think. If you zoom in, can you still read, or is it not clear when you zoom in?
I can clear. I can read.
You can?
Yes.
Okay, so let me make it a little bigger. Okay, so this way, this is a little too big. Let's make it a little smaller. 5, 3. Okay, so let me explain the question and then I'll give you some time to do it. So here's the question in number 4. This is our question. So we want to talk a little bit about verb patterns. So it says here, look at the verbs in bold in the article. Okay, so I need you to focus on all the bold words and bold verbs in the article. And what you need to do is just just check the verb that comes after them. right? So let me just start with the word start, for example. The verb start. Can you see start in the article? Can you see it here in the bottom?
Yes.
So it's in the second paragraph. Can you see the second paragraph where the mouse is?
Yes.
Yeah. What can you see the word after it? What's the word after it?
Yeah. Singing.
Singing. So the
Verb
word
plus ing.
verb plus ing. Do you get the idea? So
Yeah.
now I need you to check all the verbs in bold and just look at, just check the word after them, the verb that comes after them. And then we need to classify the verbs depending on what comes after them. So if, for example, a verb has infinitive after it, we're gonna put it with this box, with the can box. If there's only, for example, infinitive with to, we can put it in the second box. And here I'm just going to write numbers for each box to make it easier to talk about them. So we have box 1, start is box 1, decide is box 2, can is box 3, then we have tell, this is box 4, and 5 is box make. Do you get the idea? Is the question clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so take some time, take a few minutes, find all the verbs, and then we'll talk a little bit about them.
Okay.
Okay.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Found all of them?
Okay. Still left.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, take your time.
For me, okay.
Oh, okay. Are you ready, Malak, Sana?
Yes.
For me, yes, ready.
Okay, great.
And me too.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these verbs. Now, let's start with the first pattern, number 1. So in this pattern, after the verb, we need to use ing, verb plus ing. So which verbs should we use, or which
Like.
verbs are followed by?
Like.
Like.
Okay, let's just change my, because it's too big, I need to decrease the size. Okay, so we have like,
Keep.
keep,
Begin.
begin, like, keep, and then we have begin.
Yes.
That's all.
That's all? Like, keep, and begin. Any other verbs? No?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Group 2 or box 2, decide.
Yeah.
Like decide. So here infinitive with to.
Remember.
Remember.
Decided. Oh yes, right.
Decide is written.
And remember.
Forget.
So help.
Forget.
No.
Help.
Help.
Are you sure? Are you sure about help?
No.
That's all.
Okay. What about
maybe
can?
forget. Yes. Can infinitive after it.
Okay. Yeah, the group. I mean, group 3. Might. Okay.
Couldn't.
Couldn't.
Okay.
Should.
And should.
Couldn't is could. It's the same thing, right? Because you know, it was positive, negative. So might, could, and what else, Malak? You said should. Any other verbs? Might, could, and should. What else? No, that's it.
No.
Okay. Then we have the group where we have object, infinitive with to. Make.
And help.
Make and
help.
Okay.
No.
What did we use after make? And okay, I mean group 4. Sorry.
Then.
Check group 4. We haven't done group 4. The one with tell.
Yeah. Ask.
Then. After make them.
Okay, just a second. Let's do tell group 4 first.
Yes. With infinitive with to. Yeah.
Okay. Which verbs do we have? Infinitive, object,
help.
Ask.
What do we have after?
I think it's
help. Do we have to infinitive after help?
No.
No.
Help with group 5.
Ask.
Where's ask? Asks you to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is correct. Ask is one of them. What else?
Only ask.
I
Just
think
ask?
only ask, I think. Yeah.
Okay, the next group, what do we have?
Help.
Help. So after help, what did we use after help?
Object.
We used an object, but did we use infinitive or infinitive with to after help? Help them celebrate.
Infinitive. helped himself pray.
That's actually correct.
Yes.
Very nice. So, okay, so we found the 5 verb patterns in the article. These are the 5 patterns in front of us. Now, what we want to do here is we want to do the same thing with these verbs in the box. Can you see all these verbs in the box?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have enjoy, need, allow. But here's the fun part. At least this is fun for me, maybe not for you. That it says some verbs can go in more than one place. So this is the fun part. Okay, so maybe you can take some time, but maybe you can do it as a discussion together. So maybe if you help each other, you can do it even faster. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just give you a chance. Take some time, have a discussion. Imagine I'm not here, and whenever you're ready, we can have a little discussion and check. Okay, but you can work together. It will be a lot faster, I think.
Okay. What about enjoy? I think
Verb plus
after
ing
enjoy
maybe.
plus ing. Yes. I don't know.
Enjoying.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Also, it can be enjoy plus infinitive, I think, because
يعني
they talk
Enjoy to read.
more than one place.
Okay.
Need
Infinitive with to.
with two, yes.
Okay. Okay. With
With object.
allowed.
Allowed to.
Allowed
Infinitive
to.
plus two.
Allowed to.
Maybe object plus infinitive with to.
You mean allowed with the group decide?
Yeah, I think. Also what Malak said. Object
Maybe
plus
object.
infinitive.
Yes, I allowed you to play. I allowed you to play football.
Okay.
Yes, true.
Okay. With, I think with the group should and can. Yeah.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
Infinitive.
yes. And finish.
With object, I think. With object and infinitive. What do you say?
Don't know.
Yes, object with infinitive.
Yes, put them in a sentence.
You mean finish it with decide? Well, with
I think with
which
make.
Object.
Make. Okay.
Let teach maybe teach. I
Teach
me
with
you
verb
to
plus
read.
ing.
Teach cooking. Teach clean. No.
Teach. It's we used with verb plus ing. We used with
Object infinitive.
infinitive plus with two.
You mean both ing and infinitive?
Yes.
Okay.
Let
me know. Like
okay.
make and help. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
With like.
It's
I
like
think,
a
I
can.
think with the can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Infinitive.
Yeah.
Also well.
After that.
Well, yes, infinitive.
Yeah.
Want. After that, two. Want.
One, two.
Want.
And mind.
Mind.
Maybe two.
Blame.
I think infinitive or also infinitive with to, I think. Both of them.
Okay. Prefer to. I know. Prefer to.
Must is with infinitive.
Yes,
I
with
forget
can.
plan.
Hate. Heat. I think ing. Like
Getting
to
something
like.
with ing.
Heat. Continue.
Continue. Maybe object plus infinitive. Or to. I continue.
I don't know. Continue exactly.
Me too.
Continue. Continue maybe with infinitive.
Continue with the infinitive.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe object. Object. Then infinitive. Learn to.
Learn with to with plus ing. Also with object plus infinitive.
Okay.
I think.
Pay.
It's pay.
Object. Object. Then infinitive.
Pay me back, maybe like this.
Pay.
Pay me back.
Pay attention.
It's pay. Pay with you.
I
Pay.
think object.
Also, it's ing. Verb.
Pay.
Pay. Pay.
Can you put
Paying.
it in a sentence? Pay.
Pay. Now it. I will buy you some. Pay.
What about seem?
Pay.
Seem too, I think.
I don't know.
It seems to. Seem.
Seem to. Infinitive for to.
Yes.
With rather is also infinitive.
Like can. With the group can.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We finish.
You finished? Okay, it's a little hard than it looks, right? It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see. So I think now we can zoom back in. So let me zoom back in. So this way we can see our answers. And okay, let's page display single. Okay. So now let's take a look. So the easiest way to answer this correctly is to put it in a sentence.
In a sentence.
Or a question. Let's start with enjoy, for example. So if I want to ask you, do you enjoy blah blah
playing.
Something? Yeah, you see? Do you enjoy playing football? Do you enjoy playing? So already you can see enjoy is verb plus ing. So it's box one, group one.
Box
right?
one,
yeah. Need. Do you need
to?
Do you need to wake up early tomorrow? Do you need to study? Do you need to have lunch? Do you need to exercise every day? Okay. Allow.
Object, I think.
Yeah, let's put an example. So you can say his mother allowed him. Yeah, his mother allowed him to play PlayStation or to play football, to play with his cousin. His mother allowed him to play. So this is group 4 with tell, right?
Okay.
Then you have would. Would, before you do any examples, remember it's a modal verb, and modal verbs are all the same.
Yes. With can.
With can, could, shall, should, will, would, might, may. Same. They're all the same. You just put an infinitive after them and end of story. So would like, I'd like to go. I would have done it if you had told me. Conditional sentences. Would have done it. Would have been there. I would have been there if I had known. You know, بعدين هو تنصوا فيهم الconditionals. هتلقوا would have بتجيكم هلبة يعني would have. So it's infinitive يعني ملخص قصة infinitive. Finish. Have you finished?
Yes.
Finished? No. Homework?
Have
you finished?
Have you finished your homework? Yes.
You can say have you finished your homework. هذا لو استعملنا finished كفعل بروحه يعني وحيد. لكن لو نستعمل بعدها فعل تاني.
I finish my job.
The same thing. If you say I finished my job, أنت تستعمل فيه بروحه finish مش مع verb تاني.
Okay.
So you have to use it with another verb.
With ing, I'm finishing.
No.
Did you? No. Oh.
The idea to get the right pattern, it has to be before another verb. This is the trick. So a good example is أنا كملت دران واجبي. ركب الليبي كيف حتكون؟
I have finished my homework.
Okay. أنت تقدرتي مثال لي have finished.
Okay, I finished my homework.
You have to use finished something, another verb.
I finished
yes.
doing my homework.
Yeah, I finished doing my homework, right? So this is group 1, verb plus ing.
Yeah.
I finished cleaning the kitchen. I finished cooking dinner. I finished tidying up the house. I finished teaching the lesson. صح؟ Yeah. So finished, it's followed by verb plus ing. It's like enjoy. So this is group 1, if you think of it. Okay, what about teach?
Maybe object plus
He taught them. He taught them.
Object and plus and verb plus 2 and 2.
He taught me.
ing.
He taught me to write. He taught me to speak Spanish. He taught me to I don't know anything. So I think it's group 4, right?
Yeah, with
object with tell, exactly. That's what I think too. Okay.
With let.
And what about let?
Yes, at the same. I think the same.
I let you go.
I let him finish. Let me go. You know, when kids are being annoying and spoiled, let me go. They start crying. So let me go is, I think it's, group 5. Yeah, let me go. Okay, would like.
Would like is it with infinitive. I would
like to.
I would like to learn.
Yeah, I'd like to learn.
Like to play.
Would you like to play? Would you like to play with your cousin? Yes, I'd love to play. So 2 plus infinitive. So this means group 2, I think, Willa? Group 2, yes. Would decide.
Decide. Would
yeah.
decide. Okay.
Would
decide,
like.
yeah.
Will is like would, like
infinitive,
can. Infinitive. Yeah. I will take it. It will rain tomorrow. I think it will be a cold day. It will be great. It will be a hard exam. Okay, then we have want. 2 plus infinitive, right? I want to stay. I want to study. I want to go. Mind. This is common in questions. Do you mind
I don't. Do you mind?
Two.
We need another verb. Do you mind?
Yes, okay.
You mind?
Mm,
You mind going with me?
There you are. Do you mind going with me? Do you mind waking up early in the morning? Do you mind taking your kids every day to school? Do you mind?
okay.
So it's like enjoy. It's group 1, I think.
Mhm.
Then we have plan. I'm planning it, or he planned. What's
Two.
after? 2. I'm planning to finish my homework. I'm planning to get my degree. He's planning. طبعا ما تشوفوش الاي ان جي بتاع البلاننج الاولى لان عندي فيها في الكونتينيوس. السر في الباترن هو في الفيرب الثاني في الفي 2 اللي يهم في
Yes,
الثاني.
That's the trick.
That's the trick. اللي يصير في الاول ما يهمكمش، اللي يصير في الثاني هو المهم. لان اللي يصير في الثاني محكوم بالاول. الفعل الاول هو الدكتاتور، هو اللي يحكم في الثاني. This is the idea. So verb patterns is because of the first verb. The first verb decides the pattern. So because I'm using the verb plan, anything that comes after it needs to be in the 2 plus infinitive. Even if plan is in any other tense. I've planned, I will plan, I'm going to plan to go, for example. It doesn't make sense. لكن الفكرة كلها أنه هو اللي وراه plan بيكون ديما نفس الشيء. 2 plus infinitive. Prefer?
Two. Prefer to.
I
Prefer to infinitive.
Two.
I prefer to, it's like want. I prefer to start
Yeah.
earlier.
Can we use preferring doing? I prefer doing.
Yes, correct. So it's actually, it goes both ways. Because remember, the question actually mentioned some of them go both ways. So prefer is like. Prefer, love, hate, like. These 4 go both ways. So I prefer doing, I prefer to do. I like doing, I like to do. I hate doing, I hate to do. I love doing, I love to do. You can do it either way. Then we have must, which is from the family of would.
With can.
Can, so, you know. Hate is just like I said.
With
like,
ing.
Like, yeah.
Both
Just,
ways.
Both.
Yeah, ing or 2 plus infinitive.
Two.
What about continue?
Continue. Confuse us.
I think
I don't know.
object and infinitive.
We
But
say
don't,
I
I'm not
continue,
sure.
I continued I continued him taking, for example, or I continued him take. Doesn't really make sense, right?
No.
But how can we say
Two.
أنا استمريت في التعلم.
I continue to learn.
I continued to learn. I continued learning. Sounds a little better, right? I continued to learn. ممكن حتى 2, I'm not sure. لكن ال ing متأكد منها. Maybe 2, maybe yes, maybe no, I'm not sure. We can check it. But ing for sure. I continued driving through the night. He continued making mistakes even though the teacher had explained to him. Okay, learn.
2.
Yeah, 2 plus infinitive, I think. He learned to play the piano. I learned to stay quiet, for example. Pay.
Maybe object.
Here we need an object. You're right. He paid him to start a new company. They paid him to stay quiet. So it's object to infinitive, right? Group 4, group 12, same group. Then we have seem.
It seems to.
It seems to plus infinitive, right? It seems to be a great story. It seems to be a really nice movie. It seems to be, that seems to be true. I'm not sure, but it seems to be true. And then we have I'd rather.
With the can.
Rather with 2.
I would rather
infinitive,
2.
I think it's like I think. Would you rather to play with me?
Would you rather play with me or would you rather to play with me? What do you think? Which one sounds better?
Yes.
The one, with the infinitive without 2, right? I'd rather play with Ahmed instead of playing with you. I'd rather play with him. I don't like you very much. I'd rather, for example. All right, now let's take a look. Let's see the summary. Let's see how many of these we got right. I think we got most of them. But let's take a look. So here it is. Verb patterns. لا دقيقة بلا. Okay, here it is. Can you see this box?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so this is the point. It says when we use two verbs, بشرح لك فكرة الverb patterns. Now, when we use two verbs together, the form of the second, يعني قصة كلها في second أصلا. The form of the second verb, what does it depend on? It depends on the first, okay? So the form of the second verb usually depends on the first. And the form of the first depends on the tense. Do you get the idea?
Yes.
So for example, I started running. The reason I used ed would start because the tense is in the past. I started running. I'm going to start running. The reason I use I'm going to because the tense is in the future. But running, yeah, God, I'm going to start running. I've started running, and I love it. I've started, present perfect. This is something recent. I've started running. Do you get the idea? We can't use start for continuous. I'm starting to run. I'm starting running, unless you use the continuous for future. I'm starting running with Michael next Monday. Okay. Anyways, my point is verb patterns كلها القصة في الثاني. التغيير اللي حيصير للverb الثاني, the second verb. الverb الأول we already know it changes when you change the tenses. So the first box, can you see the blue ones, by the way? The blue ones, it means they go in more than one place. Let's start with the blue ones, okay? So you can see start, it actually goes both ways. You can say I started to do some research. I started doing some research. But it's okay. You can use it. Like, the same thing. Like with the verb ing and the infinitive to. Begin, نفس الشيء. Love, نفس الشيء. Prefer, نفس الشيء. Hate, and continue. But with the second group, we have other verbs which go with the other ones in the bottom. So with like, you can actually use with like here with the infinitive to, but you can also with like here with the infinitive. I would like him to tell me why. I'd like her to come early. I'd like them to stop making noise. Do you get it? And the same thing here with help, when I help. Help, it goes both ways. So you can say, I helped him finish his homework. I helped him to finish his homework. Do you get the idea? So the verb that comes after help, اللي بيجيك بعد الhelp, you can do it with to or without to. I helped him finish. I helped him to finish. Want, you can use it with to do, جاياتك هنا want, and you can use it with an object. So you can say, I want to play tomorrow. But you can also say, I want her to stop crying. Let's say you have a noisy passenger, a crying baby in the plane, and you're really angry and you tell the baby's mother, I want her to stop crying. Make her stop crying. Make her stop crying. No, it doesn't make sense. Make her stop crying. I think it does make sense. Okay, what else? الحاجات المشتركة, we have help, تكلمنا عليها. Would like تمشي. I'd like to visit Italy. I'd like her to help me with the groceries. يمشي الحال. الاثنين. Begin, قلنا عليها begin في الأول. Verb ing و infinitive with to. Okay, now the only ones اللي مش مشتركات مع حد لاحظوهم المودal verbs, right? لاحظ المودal verbs اللي تجي بعدهم infinitive فقط مش مشتركات مع أي حد تاني. Do you notice this? It's only one pattern. So this is the idea. This is, الفكرة بصفة عامة. Of course, we need to do more exercises. Once we do some exercises and you get used to it, it'll become, you know, it will start to become a little clearer. The only tips we need to mention is, you know, if you say, I started to write an email, it's the same meaning as I started writing. فهني ما نبيكمش تتلخبطوا تتخيلوا أن writing معناها continuous. لأن أغلب الطلبة يشوف ing هذه continuous خلاص. لا. You need to see what's before it. Is there another verb before it or not? This is the idea.
If continuous, we should put it. I am started writing. I am
starting.
Yes.
التغيير بتاع الكونتينيوس بيصير للفعل الأول مش
الفعل
للثاني.
الأول.
Yeah. هذه القصة هي. بعدين هنيجي أحكي لك على اختلاف between British English and American English. The British like verb plus ing more than the Americans. So the British are more likely to say, I love watching football, but Americans are more likely to say, I love to watch football. You get the idea? Both are correct, مفيش فرق. Because with like, you can put ing or you can put to plus infinitive after it. So this is the idea. So this means in our next lesson, we'll talk in more detail about this, how to use verb patterns, you know, what kind of verbs go first, what kind of verbs change after that. So this is our topic for next time. We're gonna start here and continue. But my advice is if you can do some workbook practice, some workbook exercises, it'll be a lot clearer and you will get the point, you'll understand it, it'll be easy to understand. So that's all for tonight and I'll see you again on Sunday.
Inshallah. See you.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good
Assalamu
night.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Bye-bye.